The Lord be with you.
And with your spirit.
A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Luke.
Lord, Lord.
Each year, Jesus' parents went to Jerusalem for the feast of Passover. And when he was 12 years old, they went up according to the festival custom. After they had completed its days, as they were returning, the boy Jesus remained behind in Jerusalem. But his parents did not know it. Thinking that he was in the caravan, they journeyed for a day and looked for him among their relatives and acquaintances, but did not find him. They returned to Jerusalem to look for him. After 3 days, they found him in the temple, sitting in the midst of the teachers, listening to them and asking them questions. And all who heard him were astounded at his understanding and his answers. When his parents saw him, they were astonished. And his mother said to him, "Son, why have you done this to us? Your father and I have been looking for you and are with great anxiety." And he said to them, "Why were you looking for me? Did you not know that I must be in my Father's house?" But they did not understand what he said to them. He went down with them and came to Nazareth and was obedient to them. And his mother kept all of these things in her heart. And Jesus advanced in wisdom and age and favor before God and man. The Gospel of the Lord.
Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ.
So my often reflection, at least over this past year, where I had the joy of even being able to teach a little bit on this particular passage of Luke's Gospel, how Jesus was obedient to his parents, and how Jesus grew in wisdom, as it said, he grew in wisdom and understanding. What a mystery. God himself. What does that really mean? Well, I've often thought that for Jesus on this earth to experience what it was like to grow up in a family, that was his growing understanding. His growth in the experience like we experience things. It's a mystery itself. You can look at how does God need, he knows things already, he knows everything. But there's a wonderful mystery there about the divinity and humanity of Jesus. Of course, we look at this gospel, we see also the immediate, obvious, every parent understands the anxiety of losing a child. And this is a sort of preamble to what I'm actually going to be talking about. But I just think that on this Feast of the Holy Family, there's so many wonderful things that we have in our faith. Recently, we, at the beginning of the beginning of the Advent year, a few weeks ago, we received 2 statues in the parish. They're by Jesus in our gathering area. Mary and Joseph are by Jesus in our gathering area. Wonderful statues. And that's a wonderful image for us that we have here on this Feast of the Holy Family. They're the family unit that Jesus was born into. Some folks do not maybe wonder why Mary is at the right hand of Jesus, and that's because scripturally, in the ancient Israel, the kings every king, he was the queen of the king that was the queen mother and not his spouse. The queen was the one, well, the mother was the one who had the title of the queen in the kingdom of Israel. And so it's fitting that she would be at the right hand of Jesus. It's a sort of bow to the scriptural importance of the significance of the titles that we have for Mary. Mary, Queen of Creation, for example. So Jesus is not only Lord, King of Israel. He was accused of that on the cross. It says King of the Jews. It was on his cross when he was crucified. He's now the King of Jerusalem, the King of all creation. So that's a wonderful signal to Christ's kingdom. And it isn't just the kingdom of Jerusalem. He's a king of all creation. You are members of his kingdom. In your baptism, you are consecrated. Members of Christ's kingdom. Members of Christ's kingdom. And that's the word I want to get to today, this morning, on this Feast of the Holy Family. I want to talk to you about consecration. Consecration. It's kind of a churchy word used in religion. It's one of those religion kind of words. We kind of sort of know what it means, but it's really simple. To consecrate means to dedicate someone or something to God. Like, for example, to God's plans or to the mission of God, the work of God. Like, for example, in the Mass, when we have the bread and the wine, and that's brought up, and the priest says the prayers, the bread and the wine are consecrated, dedicated to the purpose of God, and then God himself comes down from heaven, and is substantially there, transubstantiated in the Holy Eucharist. So, you see a wonderful play of God's grace and his love at work in consecration. A lot of things can be consecrated. And that's the thing I want to encourage you, each of you, on this Feast of the Holy Family, December 30th. There's only 2 more days until the end of the year, until the beginning of a new year. I want to suggest to you to find someone in your family. Someone in your family, think of someone in your family who may be far away from the church, maybe far away from most of their family members, maybe far away. You know, we think about this time of year, and what I want you to do is throughout this whole year, consecrate them to God in your prayers. Pray for them every day. You say, what's the point of consecrating them? What's the meaning? Well, it's simple, really. It gets back to that whole basic truth of faith. God is the maker of all things. Everything comes from God. Everything comes from God. And at some point in time, everything will return to God. 2 things. And that means that every family member of yours is a gift from God. Every family member is a gift from God. Every family member, everyone in your life is really a gift. And some of us have to say that by faith, by great faith maybe, but yes, they're a gift from God. You say, well, you may say to Father Louis, so what? Yeah, what does that change anything about my attitude towards them, how I would consecrate them to them? But that makes it so much a difference, right? They are a gift from God. They're a gift from God, and they're meant to be with you in heaven. At the end of time, everything will be measured. When Jesus, we meet him, he will measure. And I know that there's some folks who have difficulties and struggles. And I'll just say that I've been a priest for, this will be my 5th Christmas. And I can say we all have problems. I know that. I know we all have problems. We all have problems in our families. That there are many things to be anxious over. Sometimes even really anxious, like Mary and Joseph was, where the family members were. I don't know where they are anymore. Anxiousness, difficulties. And some folks we know have struggled with pride and arrogance and all those things. I've been a priest for 5 years. I'm approaching my 8,000th confession. And to be quite honest, it's actually around 7,129, give or take. I've lost my mind at least once or twice in confession, so I can't remember if that's an accurate number, but at the same time, I know it's around there. I've been counting. So, but even if it doesn't even take me to get to over 9,000 confessions to know that we all have struggles. We all have problems in families. Some families who think that they have no troubles have some of the biggest crosses there ever were. See, we try to put on a good face to be perfect. Some of them have big crosses. But I want to say, it matters that your family members are a gift from God. A gift from God. And they are meant to be with you in heaven. And you are meant to be in heaven. Oh, that we consecrate them. And if we do, pray for them every day. Maybe, what a wonderful, beautiful thing, all the miracles. And maybe just be surprised, maybe, this time, next year, Feast of the Holy Family, Christmas time, after a whole year of praying for them. They turn, with their heart be turned by the grace of God. With their heart, come back. Come back to the way of Christ. Come back to the way He teaches us. To be filled with the grace of the Holy Spirit, to be beside us in Mass. Beside us in this church, worship before God. A lot of folks, every parent or grandparent, a parent or grandparent, or that kind of thing. Every parent knows how much they would love to have their kids with them at Mass. I'm going to say pray for them. Take Mary as an example, as a model. She's a mother. She knows what it's like. Every mother, certainly, mothers can all attest, you worry about your kids. Always. She knows what it's like to worry about her children. She knows. She's a wonderful intercessor, wonderful person. She is your mother. By Christ, she is their mother. She worries them. Ask her intercession. Ask for her help. She has a powerful voice before Jesus Christ. He listens to his mother. And so, my brothers and sisters, pray for them. Yes, either a child, a grandchild, a brother, or a sister, a parent. They're meant to be with you in heaven. Beautiful place is that second part of the meaning. Everything comes from God and everything goes back to God. May they be with you going back to God. And if we pray for them, I think it will help. I think it will be a powerful intercession for God's unlocking of His grace and unleashing the gospel in their life. Unleashing the gospel. And they may be with you together. We're on the road, that they may be on that road to salvation, just like we have to be on that road to salvation. Be with Jesus Christ in heaven forever. Amen.
Amen.